Hello again everyone and welcome back to the Red Gingham. If you're new to the channel, my name is Joy and in here I show you my recipes that are plant-based. Well, first of all, let me apologize to you guys for not having posted for so long. It's just this pandemic has really messed up my schedule. And however, thank you for staying with me, continuing to stay with me. And I'd like to say thank you to my new subscribers and also to my subscribers there in the Philippines. Hello, my kababayans. How are you? Kamusta po sa inyong lahat? And thank you for subscribing. And also I want to give a shout out to Dre Love. I hope I pronounced your handle correctly. And she messaged me the other day and asking me if I have any updates. And obviously I haven't posted in so long, but thank you for challenging me, motivating me. This is a good challenge. Good pressure. So here I am. I'm going to show you something today, and it is going to be green beans with miso. And before we go there, well, yeah, let me show you. Yeah, last night I made this actually last night. It's my first time to make it last night, but it was already a little too late for me to do a full-on vlog. So what I did was just to save a handful of green beans here so I can show it to you. And so we're going to be needing green beans. We're going to be needing miso. I am using a red miso or Aka Miso. You know it's red miso. Sometimes it says red miso or white miso, but this one doesn't say. And the reason you will know it is red miso, it's a darker miso. As you can see the color right here, it's like a very dark brown. Not dark brown, but dark beige, almost like caramel color. And the white miso will be a little bit lighter. So when you see them in the store and you do a side by side, the red miso will be darker and it has a more robust flavor. And then we're going to be using some tofu, which is inside here. I cut it up already, sort of cut up. And we're going to be using cooking sake. Now the brand here is Shirakiku. It says original mirin, and right here it says sweet seasoning cooking sake right there. I don't know if you can see that. Let me get that close to the camera. And you can get this at I got this at a Japanese grocery store. I'm not sure if 99 Ranch would have it. If you're from LA, there's 99 Ranch all over the store, by the way, or all over the city. You can get miso and tofu obviously from 99 Ranch. Other Asian markets would have it as well. This one in particular, cooking sake, I'm not sure if 99 Ranch would have it, but H Mart, which is a Korean grocery store, they would have this as well. And then for garnish, we're going to be using green onions, and also we're going to spice it up a little bit with some red pepper. What I have here is cayenne pepper. And so let me show you how it's done. It's really very easy, but before we get to that, I want to warn you that miso is very, very salty. So if you're watching your salt, just tone down a little bit. And if you've watched me here on the vlog for a while, you would know that I'm a no measure, no pressure cook. So it's hard for me to give you measurements really. So just follow along with me and let's have fun making this. Okay, so let's start with the tofu. Let me just cut up some tofu. Now tofu is optional. If you don't want tofu, you can leave it out. And it's up to you if you want firm or soft tofu. I like it to be the medium tofu, but this one I'm using is firm because this is what Walmart has. So I'm just cutting this into small cubes, and I'm not going to use all of it. I'm going to save some of that, and just like this, set that aside. And then for your beans, you want to cut, these are already cut since I prepared this last night. You want to cut the ends of the beans, And then when they're long like this one, you can cut them in half. So that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna find the long ones. If you're in the Philippines, what we have there is sitaw, which is the long string beans. Here we call it long beans or string beans. And just try to get it as, you know, it doesn't have to be perfectly uniform, just manageable when you put it in your spoon and fork or your chopsticks. Filipinos, we use spoon and fork when we eat. So whatever is manageable, yeah, like this one's good. Okay, just this one. And this is just a handful I have here so I can show you how to make it. And if you're making it for the family, then, you know, just double up, triple up the amount of beans that you have. So last night, these came in a package from Walmart. One package is 12 ounces of green beans, and I used 2 of them for me and my husband. And this is what I have left to show you. And then I already cut up my green onion. We're also going to be using a little bit of water to steam the beans. That's how the beans are going to cook mainly. And then if you ask me if you can use regular sake, not cooking sake, to be honest, I do not know the answer because I do not drink alcohol, so I don't really know how sake tastes like. But if you do know if regular sake can be used for cooking, please let us know in the comments below. I appreciate that. And by the way, this is a Japanese inspired dish. As you know, the Japanese use a lot of miso in their dishes, but no way is this authentic Japanese. I'm just trying to create a dish that has a Japanese flavor. And also, you can make this recipe with another vegetable. The other night I tried it with eggplant, and it came out really, really good with eggplant. I just have to just cut up the eggplant into cubes. And next time I'll show you how to make that, but we'll give it a little bit of twist. Exactly the same, pretty much, but just use eggplant. Okay, and because this is an Asian dish, it goes well with white rice. And if you don't have the ability to make rice at home, you don't know how to manually make rice, then you can just go to Panda Express and buy yourself, you know, like a small container of rice. You know, just go to the drive-thru and order rice. That will be a quick way to do it. Or for most Asians, we have a rice cooker. So let's start. I'm going to turn on my stove now, and I'm just going to dump the beans into my pan right here. And I am going to add water. This is about 1/3 of a cup of water. Not too much. You know, you add as you go, but start little as always. And this is mainly going to steam the beans. So it'll cook the beans. All right, and then just cover it. I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay, and then we'll come back to it later. Okay, so time to check on our beans. It's been like almost 10 minutes. And I have my flame on low. So it's become tender, but it can still use a little bit more cooking. So at this stage, there's still a little bit of water in there. This is when I am going to add my miso. I'm going to push the beans away from the heat and move my pan a little bit away from the heat. And now let's add the miso. Now remember again, miso is very, very salty. So do this slowly. So about a tablespoon here of miso. And then I am just getting ready my pepper right here. Okay, now we're gonna add our mirin. And by the way, I apologize because I'm using my cell phone to vlog. I'm testing my cell phone and vlogging. So these are probably coming backwards to you guys. So we're just gonna add a little bit at a time of the cooking sake. And then I'm smooshing the miso in there. And scrape that off. Maybe add a little bit of water to tone down the saltiness. And then add some cayenne pepper. Now you can make this as spicy as you want to be. Me, I don't like very hot foods. So just a little bit. Just to give it a little kick in the flavor, just to change the flavor a little bit. And now I'm going to blend the beans into the miso. Okay, now I'm going to taste it actually. Some of that miso. Let me get a different spoon here. Now this is not very saucy type of dish. The miso is actually stuck to the beans. Ooh, it's a little salty. So I'm gonna add a little bit of water. And then just a little bit more sake because I cannot taste it. So again, if you know if regular sake can be used, let us know in the comments below. I'm gonna increase my flame a little bit. Now I'm gonna add my tofu so the tofu gets heated through. Let's taste this. More. And I'm adding a little at a time. I'm not using a full spoon right here. I'm adding maybe just a third of the spoon, so a little at a time until you get the right taste. So again, be careful with the miso because it is salty. So just again, add a little at a time. I added about a tablespoon and it was a little salty for me, so that's why I added some water. Okay, let's try this again. I can taste the sweet sake there now. Again, this is called sweet seasoning cooking sake. So there's a bit of sweetness to this. Maybe just a tad bit more. And because this is sweet, when you store it, make sure you wipe this because it will tend to be, it has kind of syrupy. So you have to wipe that down with a wet paper towel. Okay, I think this is good. I'm just gonna let actually the beans are already good right now. But maybe just a little bit. Cook it just a little bit more. You don't want it too soggy. You don't want it too firm either. That's pretty good. Tad bit more. Cover it up maybe for just 2 more minutes maybe. I'm gonna increase the flame here. And then I'm going to heat up some rice right now. Okay, so let's plate up. Now this is ½ cup of rice. I don't really measure my rice when I eat. I eat very little, not very little, but I don't eat a whole lot of rice. but just so you know how much is in here on my plate. Now, in the beginning, I said that this is a Japanese-inspired dish, but instead of me serving it in a bowl with chopsticks, I want to do it the Filipino way, or I guess also the American way, on a plate. And the Filipino part will be using a spoon and fork. So, let's see right here. Let's plate up. Excuse my noise right here. Let's put all of that in there. Okay, I had to attach my microphone. I forgot to attach my microphone, but hopefully it still picked it up, what I said earlier. Which I said I am serving this Filipino way instead of the Japanese way of using a bowl and chopsticks. Okay, here we go. Now let's try this. And don't forget the garnish, which is green onion. I love green onions, raw green onions. And I think without it, it just doesn't taste the same. And if you want just for special effects, just to make it look nicer, you can sprinkle sesame seeds on top. But yeah, just garnish it with green onion. And I love green onions. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, moment of truth. Let's try this. Let me try the... Let's get some green onion there. That's the missing part. And some rice. Oh man. The green onion just takes it to a different level. You gotta have it with green onion. Maybe I watered down the miso too much. I could add a little bit more miso here. Actually, it's just right, so it's not too salty. Try that again. Where's the green onion and tofu and rice? That's a good, simple lunch. That was a really good, simple, and delicious lunch. And it didn't take long to prepare. It probably only took me about 20 minutes. And that's because I'm even filming. If I wasn't filming, then it will probably be faster to make that. So again, you know, just let your taste buds guide you. That's the reason why I don't like to, it's hard for me to always give measurements. I just go by taste buds. Right now I can tell you I probably watered down the miso so much with water, and I could have maybe put a little less water than that. And the cooking sake is just right, I think. And the red pepper, the cayenne pepper, is also just right. So let your taste buds guide you, but definitely have it with green onions. It's really, really good with the green onion. It just takes the flavor to an extra layer. It's just an extra layer of flavor that takes it to another level. So it's really, really good. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you like that recipe. It is very simple, very easy to prepare, and most of all, inexpensive. It's green beans with miso. Well, thank you again for watching the Red Gingham. Till then, till next time, stay healthy. Remember, it's all veggie, it's healthy, and it's tasty. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.